Hello! Welcome to Esh's Laboratory featuring the Feed the Beast Monster Mod Pack. I'm Esh, and I have a hot dog hat, you fucking assholes. Yeah! So, with that said, what an intro. With that said, I'm going to be doing some science. Welcome to the first official Mad Scientist episode of Esh's Laboratory, where we get down to the nitty-gritty of the Mad Scientist world and make ourselves into a mega-human using the Advanced Genetics mod. Boom, look at this wall of blocks of machines. Perfect. I'm going to go through all these machines and show you what I'm working on right now. I'm working on giving myself my first attribute, my first mega-human attribute, to become part of the X-Men. Or something. So that's what we're working towards today. So I've got 7 machines so far. These are the major machines of the Advanced Genetics mod that you're going to need. But there are other machines we can get later to make it even easier for ourselves or do other things other than the basics of the Advanced Genetics mod. And the idea is that by going out and getting skin cells like I have in my hand from different animals and monsters, you get their skin scales, and then you pop them in here. And for instance, I've got the cell of a pig in here. And it's organic drop, which is just garbage. You can use this stuff as fuel, though, if you really want to. I think that's the only thing you can use it for, but I might be wrong. The key thing, though, is you get the cell. So, for instance, I have the skin scales of a chicken. I can put it in here, and it'll start going. Now, this stuff is really easy to power. You can use pretty much any kind of power. We're using our RF from our mega lava power plant here, and they're all hooked up, as you can see in the back, to the conduits. And they don't use a lot of power, it doesn't seem like, and they're very easy to use. So in this order, you're going to want to get these machines. You got your DNA analyzer, your DNA extractor, your DNA decryptor, your DNA splitter, your DNA breeder, your centrifuge, and your DNA combiner. Obviously, you can type in @advanced in your not enough items search bar, and you will then have everything that this thing has to offer. Now, the key thing you're gonna want to make a ton of are these DNA dictionaries, because they're used in every single recipe for all these machines. So, for instance, this one doesn't need it, but the next thing you're going to immediately start using the DNA dictionary in the actual recipe for these blocks. As you can see, every single one pretty much uses it. They're pretty cheap, but you're going to want a bunch of iron, because every single one uses iron as well. So they're really simple, but you're just going to want to make sure that you have certain resources in abundance. And then you just go out and get a scraper. This thing right here, it's 2 stone sticks and an iron ingot, and you get yourself a scraper, and then you go out and you use it. Right-click on all sorts of animals, anything you want a skin cell from, and go from there. You can also get a centrifuge, which I have 2 filled ones in here right now. I have this one is filled with my blood, and this one is just filled with the pig blood. I don't know if I'm ever going to use a pig blood, but I was just testing it out. So I've taken my blood by holding down right-click with a empty syringe, and then the syringes go into the centrifuge. We'll get to that later, though. So I don't know exactly how everything works perfectly, but I've done a little bit of work with this stuff, trying to get to it. I actually was recording a full episode of me building all these, but for some reason my audio recorder crashed in the middle, so I'm just going to go ahead. I feel like this is probably more interesting anyway to just go over it after the fact instead of watching me build these machines. We can just go over what they actually do. So as you can see, this thing is... These machines are a little bit weird because they seem to go faster while you're watching. I don't know. As you can see, it's pretty quick, but it seemed like it paused itself when we weren't in the UI. So once you have cells, you can see I got a cell of a pig, cell of a chicken, cell of a chicken. Now the pigs don't give you anything. They're just good for fodder. They're just good for fodder cells. Once you have the cell, though, for instance, we have a chicken cell. We can put this in the extractor, and it will give us an encrypted helix. And you can sort of tell if it's going to be anything good by the letters and numbers down below the word helix. So like for this one it says helix encrypted, and then below that it says F17AAA, and that usually means that it's just going to have a basic gene in it. It's not going to have anything good. This one, however, has a bunch of different numbers and letters, and that often means you're going to get something good as a secondary thing. And what you need to do next is go to, once you have your encrypted encrypted helixes, you pop them in the decryptor, and it'll start decrypting the helix to give you an idea, or to give you a decrypted helix. So we're waiting for that to happen. This one is the chicken one, I believe. So we're going to get the chicken one, and as you can see, this helix says no fall and basic gene below the name of it. We'll go ahead and stick this one in there too. And then once you have your helix, you pop it in the splitter. Make sure this is empty, and it gives you the options of which gene you want to split off and isolate. So we obviously want the no-fall gene, and it's going to start taking the no-fall gene out of this and getting rid of the basic gene, and it'll give us the gene over here as well as some organic drop that we can waste away later. Okay, so we have the no-fall gene isolated. So we have the no-fall. Now next, as you can see, I have this no-fall gene already. I already found the no-fall gene before recording. As you can see, it says breeding next to the name, and I've put it in the right slot. Now what it has down here is breeding state, and then it's got 4 of 16 because I've already put some stuff in here. What you want to do is you want to use other genes, for instance this other no-fall gene, to pump into this. This is how much fuel it's going to need, how much material it's going to need to make the next step of our DNA breeding DNA process. So genes that aren't basic genes will give you 2 points. As you can see, we're up to 6 now after using that no-fall gene, and just basic genes will give you 1 point. So it's worth it to try to isolate better genes than just regular ones. Okay, so next, we're just going to keep extracting and decrypting these things and getting their genes isolated so that we can use them in fuel. As you can see, we need 9 more in this. So what we want to do now, I think, is go on a brief adventure to gather more skin cells because we're almost out. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in here, and then this one in here, and then this one in here. Boom. So it's all working while we're gone. Assuming it's daytime outside, we're going to go on a little adventure to gather more skin scales. Let's go ahead and sleep first. So each animal has the ability to give you a different effect that you can apply to yourself. The no-fall comes from the chicken. So by taking the chicken and isolating the no-fall gene from the chicken, we can eventually give ourselves the no-fall ability. Oh shit, got ourselves a fucking bad guy waiting outside to murder us. Are you from PETA, sir? Are you from PETA? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna have so many magical powers. Oh, the fucking thing disappeared. What the heck? He went into the other one. He went from that one to that one. What a dick. So we don't need any more chicken scales. I don't know what a squid would give us. I think maybe water breathing. Yeah, I'm fairly positive that a squid can give you water breathing. So let's go ahead and get some scales from this squid. The best one that I think I'm looking forward to getting is going to be probably the gene of a bat, because he can give you flying, which will let you fly around like you're in creative mode, which is awesome. And overpowered, but you do have to go through a little bit of work to get there. So eventually I'm going to have to go down to a cave and find some bats and take their genes. Look at this fucking... I got so many intruder chickens. It's not even fucking funny. So yeah, the scraper tool we're using will do 1 damage every once in a while to the animal, so it will eventually kill it. It will eventually kill it. I got an idea, however. Let's go over here. Let's gather up these bear traps and make ourselves a nice little mad scientist trap out in the forest. We're going to put these all in a very small 10 by 10 area or so that any animal that goes even near them are going to be trapped. And then we can just go over there as we will and just fucking gather up skin samples. It's devious, but that's the whole point of being a mad scientist, you know? Where the hell did they go? Okay, they're in our number 1 slot. We have 5 of them. We're going to make more, of course. I think these aren't that great for home security anyway. So we're just going to put these over here as our DNA trap. I'm going to put this one up here. And we just do this. Spread them out. Boom. It's not the best. I was hoping we could maybe build some more. Maybe make it a 3x3 or a 5x5 every area of them. We can go out and check that every once in a while. Get some scrapings. But I think what we want now is a cow. And you're thinking, well, what ability does the cow give you? And I'll tell you, it gives you the best ability in the entire game. It gives you the ability to produce milk. Now I'm thinking, I know if you're a lady and you're thinking, well, I already produced milk. You know what? Good for you. I'm extremely happy for you that you get to produce milk from your bosom. That's amazing. It's amazing for you. For me, for us male, we just have worthless little nipples that don't even squirt out anything. No fluid whatsoever. No milk. No, like, acid to kill our enemies with. Nothing. Fucking nothing. Now I have to actually make some room for this. I'll drop this. I'll drop the chicken meat. I need all the stuff we can get so that we can... I'm not sure if it's a 100% thing, though. We'll have to see when we get inside if it's a 100% chance to get the second thing. Because you can get a basic gene, or you can isolate the gene that gives you the special ability from the animals. Like I said, the pigs don't give you anything, as far as I can tell. But the sheep do. So let's go ahead and drop a couple of these and get some sheep scrapings. Thank you. Come back here, green sheep. Come back here, you son of a bitch. Okay, we got some sheep ones. And the sheep give you the ability to eat grass. Now, that doesn't sound very impressive, but as far as I can tell, I can assume that that means we don't have to have food. We can just right-click on the ground or something and eat the grass, which is amazing, actually. Not tasty at all. Grass. If you've eaten grass before, and I have, unfortunately, I have eaten grass before because as a child, it's cool to eat grass. You're like, your friends dare you to eat grass, and you're not disgusting to them if you do that as a small child. You're cool to them. Now, granted, once you hit junior high and high school, stop eating stop eating grass and other inanimate objects, and you're no longer cool. You're weird at that point. Okay, so we have 3 different animals types of scales here. We can go down and start making them into cells, and I think we'll make one of each and see what happens. Alright, we got, this is the chicken. What do we have here? This is the skin of a squid. I can actually leave that in there, I think, and it would still work. We've got this one to go in. Okay. Alright, this is all great. I'm going to go ahead and put this spider eye in this chest. I'm tired of having it. A little bit more room in our inventory now, and we can go ahead and start moving this stuff over into the next machines. So this one goes here, this one goes out, this one goes here, basic gene, take that out, basic gene, thank you. This one we need to just start putting this basic gene in here to fuel it up. Then we can take this cell of a squid and go to the next thing. The cell of a sheep will be next. We could take the cell of the squid, put it in our extractor. It'll start extracting the helix. This thing we can now take out. That was pretty quick. We put this into the next thing. We'll take these out. Basic gene, done. We can use this basic gene that we just made to fuel this one. Oh, look at this. We've got our nice chain going of things. A nice, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't fucking know. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Sheep cell. Now we just need a, was it? I think we need a cow one. Yeah, cow. This is the Felix. It looks like it's just going to give us a basic one, though. So we're just going to keep going until we get the cells that we need. We'll go ahead and put the sheep cell in here. Basic gene. Put that into this one. Basic gene. So it's not guaranteed that we're going to get the secondaries from this, but we did get. I've been getting really lucky with the chicken. Maybe it's the more you do it, the higher the chance is, but I'm not sure. That's just off the top of my head. Alright, let's go ahead and put another one in here. Start sticking everything. Let's see, cow. This one's different. So this one should have something other than the basic gene. This one, whatever this is, I can't remember what it is, but it will have the effect of whatever the special effect, and we can isolate that out with the extractor. Woolly. What the hell? That isn't what I was hoping for. Woolly. What does that even do? That's what the chicken... I mean, that's the sheep one, I guess. Maybe that's just the name of it? I don't know. Let's see. I've got... Woolly. That doesn't... I don't know what that does. So, woolly is not the same as eat grass. I have no idea what woolly does. I really don't. Oh, God. I'm going to have to look that up and see what it is. Alright, what do we got going? We got cell of a sheep, cell of a chicken again. Let's go ahead and do the sheep one. This one looks different too, so this one should also have some sort of ability. Woolly. What the hell? You don't get cold, obviously. Maybe you can get wool from yourself? By using shears on yourself or something? I have no idea. No idea. Infinite milk. Holy shit, that's the one. That's the cow one. We can isolate that bad boy for show. Alright, where is he? Infinite milk. Infinite milk coming at me. And I'm not going to use that as fuel. So we've got a basic gene we can use in this. And then we got woolly, which I'm going to save because I have no idea what the hell it is. This one also looks to have the special effect. And I can just keep putting stuff in here. Now, I think what I want to do... Does this thing have any sort of... chest or anything? Cloner, insulator, scraper. No, it doesn't seem to have any special like chest. Wait, death ender chest. What the hell is that? An ender chest with obsidian and even more ender pearls around it will give us a death ender chest. Oh, I bet that... I have no idea. I think that probably has something to do with the fact that after you die, you lose all of the effects that you had. So you gotta like keep an extra vial of your or an extra syringe of your modified blood, so that you can re-inject yourself with all those abilities. So you have to like take your own blood a lot to make sure you always have a backup. Cell of a squid. Hopefully this one will give us like underwater breathing. This one may be different as well. This one has woolly again. Let's see here. Basic gene. Infinite milk. We're saving that one, and we're saving this one. And we'll go ahead and use woolly again so that we can get more points from it on this thing. We need 5 more points into this, and then this... something happens after... I haven't gotten past this point. So once we get 16 of 16, then we should be able to use this and actually finish off and give ourselves the ability to no fall by doing something with syringes and the centrifuge and mixing our blood with it and then injecting ourselves, etc., etc., etc. Alright, we got the woolly thing. No fall again. We can use that on fuel. So I've got woolly times 2, so we can use this woolly. Can't we? It's not doing anything. Huh. Maybe we have to use other no-falls. Maybe we can only use other no-falls. Yeah. We can use other no-falls and then basic genes. So, got another thing here. Let's see what this one does. We're looking for underwater breathing here. I think until we get something, I think we want to make ourselves another chest to put over there. Eventually I'm going to organize this room a little bit more and hide the power lines around the edges underneath the ground, so anytime I put a machine along the wall I can just dig a hole underneath the floor and it'll have the pipeline going down underneath it. But until then we're just going to have to deal with it and do what we can. So I'm going to put this chest over here, and we'll stick all of the stuff that we're saving in there. Cell of a squid. This one gives water breather. Hell yeah. Boom. Water breather. And we can put cell of the squid here. And another skin cell here. Now we just need to start using the basic genes from this stuff to fuel the thing and finish it off. There we go. Water breather, infinite milk. Alright, infinite milk, woolly, water breather, woolly. We'll just do them in rows. Alright. This one. This one goes in here. Then I can put, once this is done, we can put this into the extractor and extract a... Oh, we can't pick the basic one. What the hell? You can usually pick the basic gene from other stuff, so maybe we need to start doing the cows. I think you can pick the basic from the cow. Cows, squid, cow, squid, squid, cow. So we have 3 cows and 4 squid. Let's see what this one is. Alright, so water breathing again. I'm pretty sure you can't use it. No. Alright, so we'll put this one in here under the water breathing. That one's going to be really good too. Not having to worry about oxygen when you swim. That's awesome. It is a little bit drawn out process, but it seems like even though you have to go through all this, it's pretty overpowered, if I have to say. As long as you keep an eye, as long as you always keep a vial of your own blood on hand, it's pretty overpowered, because you can do like anything with it. You can go underwater and breathe forever. You can fly around like you're in creative mode, and all you really need is inject yourself with some blood, some weird mutant blood. Perfect, right? Okay, cell of a cow. Cell of a cow coming at ya. Hopefully we can isolate some infinite milk one and a basic gene, so we can get the basic gene from this. Even though it's a little bit of a waste, we still need 3 more points of this, so let's just keep going with these cows. Should be another one. Gene, fuel, there we go. This one's almost done as well. Okay, so you have the you can possibly get a basic gene, but it's not guaranteed. That's weird, actually, a little bit weird, but it's fine. All right, we're using this on this one now. I have 64 organic drop now. I'm going to put this in the chest. As far as I can tell, these aren't used for anything except for fuel. Like it works like a coal or something. And there's also a combustion generator for this mod specifically, and I'm guessing that's because you can use, it's meant to be like a little bit self-sufficient. I'm going to go ahead and put, so it doesn't matter what scales you put in there. It's a matter of getting lucky enough that you're going to have a basic gene involved in this. So then we can, so we'll put the infinite milk one up. Where is that at? Infinite milk. And the reason you want to keep these is because they add double the points to your breeding. So later on, when we breed water breather into ourselves, we're going to have a little bit extra fuel by using other water breathers into them. this might be a little bit confusing for everybody. I understand it, but I know I can understand if you're having a little bit of trouble following along. Infinite milk. Cell of a cow, which goes into this thing. Put another skin cell in there. This thing isn't working. Oh, because I already put it in there. Alright, infinite milk now goes in here. We can basic gene. Perfect. Then we have this thing to encrypt. This thing is going now. It seems like if you're running any other machine while this one's running, if you're not watching this for some reason, the power goes down to 0 and stops. It's really, that might be a bug they have to work out. Put this in. Infinite milk. Not, it doesn't look like it has a, yeah, it doesn't have a basic gene to pick from. That's okay though. We don't have too much to worry about since we're only going to need one more after this. There you go. Looking at these numbers, I think this one's gonna, yeah, this one has the basic number, because basic is, you can tell by the number, the sequence of letters and numbers they give you before it's decrypted to see what it's going to give you. If it's really long, then it has 2. If it's shorter, then it only has 1. And if you look at these, for instance, if you look at this squid, once it's done and we get the encrypted one, or the encrypted helix, then we'll be able to tell beforehand, before you even decrypt it. So this one has the basic gene as well. Go ahead and isolate that bad boy and put this one up. This one is also infinite milk. Which one is that? It's the first one. Boom! Look at this. We're getting so many. We're getting so many. We're gonna be rolling in them, rolling in other creatures' DNA, which is probably gross in most cases, but in this case, not so gross. Okay, we've got, as you can see here, for instance, this one's got 12. Each one is worth 6. So, like, the first letters and numbers is 6C8DF D, and that's going to be the advanced gene. But the second set is F17 AAA, and that is the basic gene that it's going to give us. So we put that in there, and that'll give us 2. We've already got 1 though, so we can just pop this thing in there, and this will be finished, and we'll figure out what we need to do. I think we need a syringe, so let's go ahead and make another syringe. Before we get started, we're going to need more glass bottles. Put that there. I'm just going to go ahead and make as many as I can here. And then an arrow at the bottom, 2, 3. And we'll have 3 syringes. I think this is what we're going to need. Don't quote me on that. I'm going with the flow here. Completed. A gene no fall completed. I think I put this in the centrifuge now. Or not. I don't know. I know I have to do something with this and this. Wait. What is this? DNA combiner. Oh! It's happening! I put a syringe of my blood in the DNA combiner with the gene that has no fall on it that we just bred. And now we have a syringe hopefully filled with my blood, and we have to put this in here again, I guess. And that will centrifuge it together, mix it together basically. And now I believe I can just inject myself with this. Nausea. I got some nausea going. But I also have, hopefully, no fall. We're going to jump off of our fucking house and see what happens. Are you guys ready? This is the test. This is the test. Let's get a nice running start. No damage. No damage was done. Oh, that's great. So we successfully genetically modified ourselves with the power of a chicken, guys. I am now officially known as Cockman. I'm known as Cockman, the man with the powers of chickens. Oh, it's such a glorious day, everyone. What a magical occasion. I am now a superhero known as Cockman. That's what we're going to be calling this channel from now on. It's going to be Cockman Plays. I'm just kidding about that part. Don't go looking for Cockman Plays because I don't think it's going to be what you're looking for exactly. Anyway, so next time we're going to do even more of this stuff. If you guys are enjoying it, please leave a comment so I know. And I will continue doing more genetic stuff. And next time, hopefully, we'll have an even better power. We can start working on water breathing. We can go hunting for other animals to take. I'll go ahead and I'll be able to tell you guys more about the mod and what other things, like what zombies will give us, what skeletons will give us, etc., 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 etc. So the main ones we're going for are the bat, of course, and then also it would be really cool to have ghasts, which will be something we do later because we're going to have to fly to be able to get close enough to a ghast to get their skin scales. They'll give us the ability to shoot fireballs with the B button, apparently. So that's going to be amazing. So I'm Esh. This is Esh's Laboratory with the Feed the Beast Monster mod pack. Today we've been working with the Advanced Genetics mod. If you guys are enjoying it, hit like. If you haven't subscribed, then please do. It helps a lot. And until next time, as always, play on.